Most businesses don't fail because their product is bad. They fail because nobody's talking about them. If your brand is not buzzing, then it's invisible. But in this video, I'm going to show you one secret that big brands use to go viral. Don't go anywhere. Hi, I'm a maker of self-glint of strategy, and my job is to arm you with strategic insights on position you on your business to win for a long time. Stick around, which is the best-selling non-fiction book of all time. Do you know? It's called The Purpose-Driven Life. It's a book written by Rick Warren. Okay? So, I always tell people, whenever you see extraordinary things like this, always look at the story. How did it happen? Because great things like this don't ever happen by chance. They happen through taking strategic choices, making strategic moves. Okay? So this book, The Purpose-Driven Life, was written about 20 years ago, like 22, 23 years ago. About 50 million copies sold worldwide. And it sold 20 million in its first 2 years. Now, if you sell 200,000 copies of your book within a year or so, it will be a national bestseller. If you sell 1 million, they will call it international bestseller. International bestseller within 2 years. But this one sold 20 million copies within 2 years. What is the secret? It did not happen by chance. There's a strategic marketing formula called seeding, the principle of seeding. Okay, that's what they used, and many big brands use it, including brands like Apple. When they wanted to launch the iPod, they used that principle called seeding. Microsoft and so many others like that. Are you getting it now? All right, so what happened is that this man had previously written a book called The Purpose-Driven Church. Okay, the book that he wanted to launch is The Purpose-Driven Life. Well, he has previously written a book, similar name, The Purpose-Driven Church, and that book was also a very good book. In fact, the framework in that book is very fantastic. I've read the book, and a lot of pastors, they loved the book, and they were using it to build their churches, to teach their churches, and all of that. So he used that book to build a lot of relationships with many pastors in the US. Okay, and apart from just the book, many trainings, a lot of free resources on his website made available to all these pastors to be using. So that relationship, I know when you do something for people like that, they have this debt that they owe you. They feel they owe you. It's called reciprocation. Okay, so it was easy for him to influence them. All right, so when he wanted to release his book, The Purpose-Driven Life, he reached out to so many pastors that he was connected to, that he has been helping, okay? And he reached out to about 1,200 of them. 1,200 of them. They already knew him before. And you know that those pastors, they pastor a congregation, so they are influencers themselves. Are you getting it now? So he's influencing the pastors because he has helped them, giving them a lot of free resources and everything that they found very valuable and useful. And now he wants to now release the book, and he released it to them, a network of 1,200 pastors, for them to use free of charge. Okay, to give the pastors free of charge, and the pastors give them extra copies to distribute to their congregation, their members, and they will be discussing the concepts in the book for a 40-day period. That book, The Purpose-Driven Life, was organized as like a 40-day program. Do you get? It's like a self-discovery, self-development kind of book. Okay, a 40-day program. So every day, people will be discussing it. It was a very exciting thing, that community and all of that. So he actually distributed 400,000 copies. Okay, 1,200 to the pastors and more to their members, of which they gave a lot of them free of charge and at a discounted rate. Okay, so he was not concerned about selling and making money immediately. Get that principle. All right, so he distributed it, and they were using it, and they were talking about it. So that critical mass of 400,000 people using that product and enjoying it and everything, they started spreading it, recommending it to them. Yeah, come on, join us. This book is very good. This is very good. Like that. That is how the thing spread. And by the time they fully launched it for proper sales to people all over, within 2 years, 20 million. 2 years, just 2 years. It's extraordinary. So what is the principle? The principle is, first of all, this is not something, it's not for a brand that is just starting. You are just starting, nobody knows you know. You are talking of, you are already in the market, people already know you, you already have loyal clients and customers, okay? At any level, whether you are playing at a national level, state level, local, or just city level and all that, it applies, okay? You already have people who know you, your product, you've helped them. That's why you must have this generosity, this principle of generosity. Help people, you will reap it later. That's why we call it marketing seeds. The principle of seeding is something you plant on a fertile soil and you reap later. Okay, so this man had planted seeds on this fertile soils, the pastors previously, okay, through his previous book. Are you getting it now? And so they were able to comply to his request to use his book to be teaching their members, and that gave him a critical mass of word of mouth. There's no other form of advertising that beats word of mouth marketing. Is the strongest, is the best, is the most effective. So that is what you want to do. So the 3 major factors, I call it the EVC formula, okay? Exclusivity, visibility, and credibility. Give it to influential people, okay? They feel that sense of exclusivity. Okay, it's not to the mass. You don't go to the mass yet. Influential people exclusively. And then they begin to use it with those that they are influencing, begin to see them using it, visibility. And because they themselves are influencers, that they built their own following, gives credibility to that product or service that you are marketing. Are you getting it now? EVC. So that's the principle of seeding. So you are launching a new product, you already have a lot of customers that you've been serving and delighting. Now it's now time for them to help you to become your evangelist, to give them free stuff. So you reduce the barrier to buy by giving them free stuff of very discounted rate, and then they use it to spread it amongst their own following, their influencers, and then gain a lot of buzz and word of mouth marketing. That's how it is spread like wildfire. You're going to be very successful. Are you getting it now? So when you subscribe to this channel, we're going to be sharing a lot of strategic insights like this that position you to win for a long time. So I'm going to see you in the next video.